Hello everyone, this is xerwrath here, and today I'm going to show you an easy and simple way to make 3D objects yourself without having to go online and trying to figure out all these other complicated CAD softwares. Now, first, most CAD softwares you do have to pay for, and usually the free version is not exactly the best. So, what you're going to have to do is you go to Google, don't type in that, type in Thinker-CAD, if I could spell. And it'll be right here. Usually it's at the top. It's just a website, all it is. Now, you will not come up to this page. You'll come to a page that just has a bunch of stuff on it. And you can say at the top right corner, sign up, sign in, basics. What you do is, here's a few things I've already made. Hollowed out rocket, a water wheel, and a tank that doesn't really need to exist. Now, 3D designing isn't the only thing you can do on here. This does have its own workshop, so you can always just go on there and find something as well, like Thing Universe has. Now, this doesn't just do 3D printing, it also does circuits. As you see, I've done a couple circuits of my own. And it has some lessons, some simulators, so if you don't know exactly how to do stuff, this will help teach you basically anything you really need to know. So if you don't know much about this, you can easily find out how to do it. So we're going to go to 3D designing because that's what this video is about. I am trying to get a 3D printer, but they are not usually cheap. I have found some good ones for around about $1,000 that print decently. And there's actually some that are $200 that print decently. The only catch is you have to put them together when you get there. But you have to balance them and all that stuff, and that is an easy task to do. So you might as well just order it and know it's going to work. So it's this create a project, project 5. And it should just take me into here. Now, I haven't used this in a while, so remember this. Now, here's your little workplace. Now, there is one problem with most 3D printers. They all have different pads. Now, you can go in here and edit. Like, I have a 200mm by 200mm stand on the 3D printer. So that's what you can have. So you know you never be able to build anything that's too big for this pad. It's not going to print. So let's say you just come with some basic shapes here, some texts, stuff like that. So I guess you can take the text and write your name in there and print your name out. There's a ruler. It's a little neat tool that sometimes I just kind of leave over here and just forget about it. Let's say, what do you want to build? You want to build a rocket. All right, what you do, you see how the ruler works, is you'll take this. Now you got your cylinder, this is the base. You grab this cone. No, never mind, you don't grab that cone. You grab this dot, you pull it up. And there you go, you got a rocket that's 88mm tall. Now that that's 88mm tall, you need a top for your rocket. You're going to need yourself a cone or one of these thingamajiggers. You place one of these down, you raise it up to the appropriate height, and then you just kind of drag it over there. Which sometimes it's kind of hard to get these things to line up, but after a little bit, you figure it out. Now, this is not on perfectly. I'll try to get it somewhat right. All right. Now, there is something that's not straight. Now, what else you would need is to make fins. I forgot entirely how I made the fins last time, but I think I took these right here. Do not look like they're supposed to be a fin, but you should be able to make this into one by making it a lot taller and a lot thinner. So now you got a fin. About it. Now you can make it pointed or something like that, go into more advanced editing. But if you just want to do something like that, there you go. Now the one I had, it took a while to get these into a point. That'll take hours to do. Usually most editing does, but you could, if you really wanted to, just kind of there. Now you got a fin. It's not exactly perfectly aligned, but that's how you do it. Now if you're going to make something like a hobby rocket and you just want to print them out and launch them into the sky, there's only one problem. It is not empty. So what you can do, and I thought this was a really ingenious, they have these. Now you can make any shape into one of these. What they are is a hole. That's what they're built to do. They make holes. So this is the same width. So you don't want to basically just delete your entire rocket. So let's say we'll make the hole about yay big, and we'll drag it over here. Bring it up. Maybe get a little bit more accurate. That is definitely not close. All right. So now anything that shape fills, let's say we want to bring it to there, and we want to make it, oh, if I can click it, go all the way up to the rocket. Now the entire middle, everything this thing fills in, will be empty. So now you can basically just make this and then make that hole large enough to where you can stick like a little hobby engine in there and launch them. Or you can make these and make them into your own engines. Let's say you want to start making your own engines and stuff like that. Let's just get rid of these. Now here's what you need. You basically just start filling this full of your powder, which I believe is like potassium nitrate and powdered sugar for something. And then you can just fill these in and hammer them down, and you can have cheap these that you could basically use for any hobby that you had. If you want to make these a special size, you can special order them yourself in your own house, and it'd be relatively simple to do. Now I have found a couple 3D printers that are really cheap and really easy to use, and I will put them in the description below. Some of them are $200 and they have videos on them. They print decently. I'm not going to put a junky one down in the description. They're all enclosed and they're all relatively working, but they only print objects by like 6" by 6". So still pretty cool idea. So thank you for watching this video. I hope you learned something. If you guys have any other questions about this software here, please leave a like, comment, and ask anything you need. And I will see you all next time.